So these are the 4 different twists that we did yesterday, and I'm going to show you the results of the twist out. So the first one that we did was a simple twist. Bring you guys closer. So the first one that we did was a simple 2-strand twist. This is how the 2-strand twist looks like. Very simple. This is the one that everybody, you know, when you're doing it, your hand is positioned like this. I'm going to drop a link to the video showing how to do these different twists so that you can learn more. So your hand is like this. When you're twisting, you're just exchanging like that. Both ends are positioned the same way. Okay, so that's how you do 2-strand twist. Okay, so then when you're unraveling the twist to get a twist out, you want to start at the very end and go in the opposite way that you twisted. I always go counterclockwise, and once you do that, you'll see the hair separated. That is why when you are twisting, do not join, do not borrow hair. We call it borrowing hair from one section. So once you remove it, go gently and unravel it. Remember, this one we used a combination of these 2 products. I first moisturized with the Shea Moisture Curl Enhancing Smoothie, and then I layered it on top with the Eco Styler Gel. These 2 combo are a match made in heaven. No flakes, you guys will see. See my hair? No flakes whatsoever. So this is how it looks like when you initially twist out. You can see how the twist looks. So you see that? You see how the twist looks? The look is very, it's like just ringly like this. I don't know how to describe it. So we're going to compare the 2-strand twist out with the rope twist out. Okay? So the rope twist out, we're going to unravel the same way, going opposite direction. Okay? And then unraveling. So remember, I told you that my favorite is the rope twist because the freeze is not that much and the appearance of the twist out is lovely, lovely, lovely. Now you notice this is quite similar to this, but you notice how this one has more uniformity. I'm going to spread it out for you guys to see better. So if you look at it, you see how this one has a ripple effect and stuff. Okay, and then this is the other part. This is how it looks like. So this one looks like that. I'm going to spread this one apart too. So this is what it looks like. Okay, they're quite similar, but to the untrained eye, you can't tell a difference. Okay, so let me tell you, before we do this, we're going to do this one next. Okay, let's put this away. And then I'm going to show you how to separate. So this one is a 3-strand twist. This 3-strand twist looks like that. It's much more smaller in the what do you call it? In the notches of the twist. You can see this one is much more smaller, much more tighter. This is for people that want really, really curly twist out. That is how it looks like. Okay, so this is it. We're gonna unravel like this. So just unravel. With this one, I created this using mousse. So this was what I used to create this one. We use the Shea Moisture mousse for this. So you can see after you unravel it like that, and it's 3-strand. Remember, with the 3-strand twist also helps for people that they don't want to do too much unraveling, too much separating, I should say. So if you don't want to do too much separating, then you do the 3-strand twist. Okay, so 3-strand twist, you won't have to separate so much. So this is the other 3rd strand. I'm going the opposite way again. I'm not pulling through, and I'm just unraveling. So you can see it is 3 strands already unraveled, and then we just go again, and that is it. So this is what the appearance of the 3-strand twist looks like. You can see it's smaller in terms of the spacing compared to this one. You see how this one is? It's much more wider, right? Okay, so the last one that we did was we used a product that I particularly do not use on all of my hair. I'll use it at the base of my hair, and that's the Shine and Jam. And the Shine and Jam, for me, it was more thinner. You can see, and this is a simple rope twist. You can see it's not as plump. With the other one, when I used the cream and the gel, it was plump. This one is not a plump. And one thing I also noticed that this one is very greasy. It's very oily feeling. It has so much product, it's sticky, and I don't like that feeling. So that is the difference. So I'm going to unravel the same way. You can see, and I note, and one thing that I'll show you when we finish unraveling, that the one that we use, the Shine and Jam, it looks more stringy. So let me compare. Let's compare that. So this is the one with the Shine and Jam. And with the Shine and Jam, we also did a braid and a twist. So this is a braid and a twist. Remember, the braid and the twist, we joined up here. So you should be able to easily separate the hair that was joined in when you come like this. So we joined one strand of hair to one section when we twisted. And you can see it still feels really, really greasy. If you see my hand, you see how greasy it looks? Very, very oily. Yeah, I don't like that feeling. So this is what it looks like. You see it's very limp. And it looks stringy and like that. Very, very limp. Compared to how plump, you see how plump this one is. That is the difference. That is why I don't like using Shine and Jam throughout the length of my hair. It's just too much oiliness and stuff. So let me show you how to separate those. So those are the way the twist outs look like in the initial separation. So when you separate, what you want to do to get the best separation, you want to just take your hair and take one and spread it at the root and bring your hand to the bottom. When you bring your hand to the bottom, the hair should naturally separate on its own. The way it separates on its own is where you separate. If you want your twist out to last long, on day one, don't over separate. Let me separate this one. So this one, because it was a 3 braid, this is very, very greasy, very, very oily. But you can even see with me separating this one, you see how it looks nice and full compared to when I separate this one. This one is very thin and stringy. So if you're someone that you have fine hair, please, please do not twist your hair with this. Please do not twist your hair with the Shine and Jam, because it will just be spacey. And see how I'm trying to encourage it, trying to separate it where the hair naturally separates. And it still looks like this. Now, the only good thing I find about using the Shine and Jam to twist the length of your hair is it elongates. So you see the length. So my real hair, let me see if I can show you. My real hair is up to below my breast. Okay? Okay? So, but this one gives me that shrinkage up to here. Now look at this one. You see the amount of shrinkage? So you can see it comparison. This one is here, this one is here. So that's the only difference, because this really weighs down your hair. So it gives you that elongation that you need. So if you're looking for, oh, I want my twist out to be longer, you can use this, but it gives a lot of product buildup. So make sure you wash it well. So this one stays like that. So let's just unravel. I'm just going to go here, spread it at the base, and try and separate it the way. Now, if you do not separate it where it naturally separates, let me show you what happens. Okay? So this is what happens if you decide not to separate your hair. Let me take this one so that we don't confuse. So if you decide not to separate your hair where it naturally separates, this is what happens. So if I take this and I say, oh, I just want to, most people will just separate like this. They'll be like this. It turns into an afro. This is what happens when you separate where your hair doesn't naturally separate. It turns into an afro and it doesn't last long. Okay? So this is what happens when you separate where it's supposed to separate. You see how naturally it separates? Everything looks good versus this. This gets so frizzy. So when you say, oh, why is my twist out frizzy? Why does my twist out come out frizzy? This is why. The way you separate. I'll repeat that because that's key. So we're done with this. So this one is the rope twist out, right? Now with the rope twist out, we're going to separate the same way. We first separated the two strands. Now we're going to take this and we're going to take it and we're going to look for where it naturally separates. This one naturally separates like this. So I'm going to take my hand and naturally separate like that, okay? Now, I'm going to look at this one. If I want to wear it bigger, I can take something and tease it. This is not the right thing, but you can tease it to make it bigger and fuller. Now, I'm going to look at this one. Where does it naturally separate? It's already separated for me. I'm going to separate it like that. This one, where does it naturally separate? Separate it like that. Okay, go to the next section. Where does it naturally separate? Now, this one, I can see it separating over here. So I'm going to take it where it separates the most and just pull it like that. Okay, so you notice the difference with the rope twist is that the separation is not frizzy like the other one, the two strands. So that is a huge difference between the rope twist, and with the rope twist, this is what it appears like. You see how nice and curly it is? Now, the appearance will also depend on what products you use and how you use the product. So this is it. And with this one, you can wear it like a twist out. You can even wear it as a style. You can see how I'm styling my hair just to give it some kind of texture to it. You could wear different styles. Now, let's take and get my other clip. Now, this is the 3-strand twist. As I told you, with the 3-strand twist, you don't have to separate so much. So with the 3-strand twist, it's like this. See? It's already separated. So with this one, I'll just have to separate one more time to give a little bit of fullness. Okay? I'm going to look at this. Where does it naturally separate? It separates over there. I'm going to just keep it like that. It's only one separate in a small area. Okay? I can just go like that, fill it out, and go like that, okay? So that is it. You see, it gives fullness, especially if you're someone that you don't have a lot of hair. It gives fullness. So as you can see, each of the twist out has its own appearance, has its own look to it. It all depends on what you are looking for. So this is the 2-strand. This is the messed up 2-strand when you're unraveling and making it frizzy, and this is the one with a heavier product. So if you use hair grease to twist out your hair, it will look similar like this. Very limp, not full. You can see this one gives a full appearance. So these are the different ways that you can twist your hair and the results that you will potentially have.